Central. Not yet. Well, okay, I want to go to a pizza place. Yeah. Okay. Hey Sam, what's up? By the way, guys, the 3-6 Mafia review for Mystic Styles is going to be pre-recorded because StreamYard is bullshitting, and the Rihanna NT review is going to be the last live reviews until the birthday celebration. Because StreamYard likes to play around, and yeah. Yeah, I turned my camera off so I can change my clothes. I just got back from a fucking date, so yeah. Sam, Alonzo, Antoine, what's up? What's up? Oh, Alonzo, your birthday's in 45 minutes? That's what's up. Okay. And I think I got my Halloween costume. Hopefully. Nope, didn't get my Halloween costume. I got the rest of my CDs. Oh, shit. Yo, Ash, man. Shout out to fucking Ash. I gotta mute this. Okay. So I'm just gonna show y'all a little quick snippet on pretty much what I got from the fucking CD shit. Yep, Scorpio all day, baby. My birthday is November 2nd. Doing the whole birthday celebration on my channel. 25 years old because not a lot of black men can make it to 25, so it's gonna be a birthday celebration, Q&A. That's why I gotta hopefully I can't really do no more live videos after the Rihanna album. So I might just take this week just to focus on a few things. Yes, I definitely think it's very underrated, and I think I said this on the channel, but I prefer this album better than Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop. And I love Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop. Yo, Antoine, Royal Flush Ghetto Millionaire album is one of the most underrated hip hop albums to date, in my opinion. No one ever talks about that album. We got a lot of birthdays here. My homie still. Ooh, I can't wait. Because I was like, did I ask for this? But I appreciate it. I know Try's gonna be so surprised. Yeah, man. Let me find this fucking shirt because okay, give me 1 second. But you said Jimmy Jam and Taylor Lewis going to come out with an album of them singing or them playing instruments or what? That's interesting. Yeah. I love days like this when I just do a fucking review and don't even want to be bothered. Oh, Try said he's going to be on the way. He's running a little bit late. So hopefully by 5 more minutes, he'll come out. But yeah, I want to show y'all a few sneak peeks for the CD breakdown this fucking Sunday after next. Yo, shout out to Ashley because she got me the fucking classic. This is Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tears. This was released in 1991. In my opinion, this is probably my third favorite Ozzy Osbourne album. You know, definitely very dope. I'm gonna say a lot of my thoughts on this album, but very, very dope album. And fuck, okay. And I just had the other CD I wanted to show y'all, but I always moving shit in this fucking room. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay. Yeah, y'all gonna be surprised on this next one I got, so y'all gonna be surprised. I don't know if for all my grunge heads, fucking got Alice in Chains self-titled album. This was the third studio. This was actually the last album that they came out with Lane Stately. Lane Stately, excuse me. Yeah, I actually heard this album recently, so I'm stay tuned. I'm say my thoughts on this. But shout out to Ashley on this one. Yeah, man. Okay, now all I gotta do is find my remotes. But did anybody watch the debate? Because I really didn't have a chance to watch it. How did Biden do? Just mostly asking. Yeah, Sam. I actually prefer this more than Facelift, but I feel like Dirt is their best album because Dirt, in my opinion, Dirt was just one of the heaviest grunge albums to date. Um, I've always preferred Alice in Chains over Nirvana sometimes, but nothing against Nirvana because I love me some Nirvana. It's like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilot. I like a little bit of Smashing Pumpkins a little bit. Man, Fire Stick remotes are always the hardest. Oh, there it is. I was gonna say Fire Stick remotes are always the hardest remotes to find. Always. I don't care what no. All my niggas with Fire Sticks and Roku's. Whenever like we lose a remote and shit like that, it be like hell sometimes. Especially when you trying to sleep. And then I sometimes like when I go to sleep, I like to play something on YouTube, play some music or play a movie or some shit. And it'd be like, oh, you still watching this? I'm probably trying to find the remote, and then the remote just goes missing and shit like that. So, yeah, man. But where the hell is Try at? Oh shit! Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So now my night has been made. So I don't know if y'all watch Celebrity Underrated, but that's like one of my favorite YouTube channels now because he be doing background information on hella black celebrities and shit. Now he's doing one on Robert Johnson.
I always wondered why we celebrate the holiday Halloween and what's the real story behind it? Why do we dress up in scary costumes
Why was it a disaster because of Trump? What did Trump do now?
and say trick or treat, carving out pumpkins, and they put a light in? Well, my research
Okay, I may go.
Halloween originated with
What time it close?
the festival of Samhain, and people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts and dead spirits. And and during that time, they thought if they came across the ghost or something, they could outsmart them by putting on a mask and costume, so that way the ghost would think they were
Favorite scary movie?
It's more to the origin story if you research, but to me, I think it's just a thing for people to make contact with spirits of the dead and worship
I don't really get scared by a lot of movies like that, but
because see,
I don't know. I don't know, but
Halloween is that
Tales from the Hood that has some really crazy shit.
and Halloween, and for a long time I heard that if you twist the words around in Santa, you get the name Satan, and you know Satan is the master of lying, and we tell our kids, especially black people, that a white man named Santa Claus brought you toys. I never believed in it because I lived in the hood and never got what I was wanting. And that's a fact. Another fact, did y'all know that Satan's nickname is Old Saint Nick, just like Santa? Plus, he comes out of fiery chimney. Right? And look, the 25th.
Yeah, Malik, I'm a DJ Quick fan.
I thought,
I love his first four albums are my favorite, but he's been one of my favorite producers ever and rappers.
and you know, black people, we into that voodoo stuff too. We into that voodoo stuff too. Plus, Halloween is a $6 billion industry, second behind Christmas. These holidays, man, I tell you, don't even get me started
Yeah,
about.
Sam, I know a lot of people wanted me to review Scarface. I'm gonna talk about Scarface one day.
I'm gonna start a series. I'm gonna start a series about the true meanings of holidays. But anyway, let's move on. I want to talk about the devil in the music industry for this episode. Now, this all ties into this episode. According to the Bible,
Yeah, Malik, Celebrity Underrated, man.
they say Lucifer was a false.
Celebrity Underrated. He be on point because sometimes I'll be watching his shit and he might actually put me on some shit I never even knew about. To be real with you. Yeah, man. Like he did ones on Bobby Womack, Florence Ballard. He finally did one on Sherman Hemsley because I've been requesting that one for fucking months and shit. Ronnie said, "What's my favorite Celebrity Underrated episode?" Ooh, man. The Al Johnson episode. Al Johnson Jr. That was a good episode and stuff like that. For those who don't know who Al Johnson Jr. is, he is he was a drummer for Stax Records. He was in the Booker T and the MGs. If you guys know about Otis Redding, you should know about Al Johnson Jr. That's all I gotta say. Um, yeah, his death was it made me think about some shit for a while. I was like, yeah, they set his ass up. But I love the episodes where I don't know shit about the celebrity or I don't know shit about the artist or actor or whatever. I like those episodes more because the episodes like where I know like Florence Ballard, I know her story from in and out. Who else? I know he did one on Tim Dog. But yeah, Yeah, he like I said, the black. I love watching the black YouTubers and shit like that, man.
An angel who was the head of the ministry of music in heaven when he was in heaven. And he was basically a walking, talking musical instrument with the combination of a tambourine,
Wasn't Thomas Jefferson Bird the dude that was in them Spike Lee movies, if I'm not
he was the
mistaken?
most
Or
beautiful of all angels until he became jealous of God, kicked out of heaven, and cast down to the earth. And you know what? There's a lot of entertainers that's giving him their soul in exchange for fame and fortune. There's also a lot of definitions on selling your soul. And as far as the church goes, selling your soul means singing secular music instead of singing for the
yeah,
Lord.
I thought so.
The perfect example, though, for me that I've seen about selling your soul was the Snoop Doggy Dogg song "Murder with the Case." That's the perfect example of selling your soul to me. Go back and listen to the lyrics and look at the video. All of this just ties into the story for this episode. Now, the 27 Club, right? I don't know if y'all heard of that. That's a list of artists who apparently sold their soul to the devil for fame
Shit.
and all died at the age of 27 years old. Like Jimi Hendrix, James Joplin, Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, and
Yeah.
many
I'm
more.
still not over Chadwick, man.
Well,
I'm still not over that shit.
they all died from drug overdose and alcohol overdose. But one of the first musicians,
Of
with all the
course.
uncertainty going on today, one thing that has and will always be certain is you will be your best year at
Yo, Antoine, how is that Night Shift album? Because I heard some good things about it too. I'm not like the biggest Commodores fan post Richie, but I've always loved that song Night Shift. Matter of fact, it's actually the only song I like from them post Richie. Cause then they have the dude from Heatwave or some shit replace singing that track.
who started that whole 27 Club thing and selling his soul to the devil was named Robert Johnson. And so many artists have crowned him the greatest guitar player that ever lived, like Eric Clapton, the Rolling Stones said it, B.B. King, and even Muddy Waters said he was inspired by him. Now, the thing about Robert Johnson,
No,
there's
you're
only
fine.
two
I get
things
it.
of
And
him,
basically,
and
once I
there's
see
no
it done,
actual
you would just
footage of him.
fire
A lot of
and
people will say
make
he
their
had to
own.
have sold his soul because he was too good, and that's why they throw that devil on his name for the greatest legacy, in which some people say it's kind of insulting to think that all these old black guys from back in the day who played blues music sold their soul to the devil, like they didn't have any talent or something. Yeah, because blues music came from the fields during
80s, Patty.
55. Now, the music today, rock and roll, heavy metal, pop, and hip hop, that would make the blues music sound like gospel music today. That's a whole different story. Who started all that the blues is the devil's music for preachers because on Sunday they weren't getting paid because the night before, like Friday and Saturday, everybody was at the juke joint spending money instead of giving it to the church. But let's get into Robert Johnson's story right now. Robert Johnson was born May 8, 1911 in Hazelhurst, Mississippi. Now, his mother, Julia, was married to a successful black businessman who made furniture, and he owned some land. His name was Charles Dodds, and they had 10 kids together. But see, Charles Dodds ended up leaving the family after a white man who had ties to
Yeah,
Martin
Night
Luther King
Shift.
wanted to kill him.
I can pretty much tell like they pretty much overplayed
Charles
that back
Dodds
in
was
85, 86. But one thing I found weird Motown pretty much dropped them after that album, and that was like a huge comeback for the Commodores post Richie. I like a few of Neo's stuff. Not really too much a big fan of Neo like that, but he has a few good shit. Okay, try. Where are you at? Okay. Damn, I knew he was gonna be this late. I wouldn't have wasted this too much. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Antoine. In Square Circle, that actually impressed me more. But I'm believe it or not, I actually prefer the characters. The characters album, Conversation Piece, and A Time to Love over in Square Circle. To believe it or not, yeah, man. I feel like characters is very, very, very underrated. Even more than in Square Circle. But let me ask y'all this: like, what do y'all feel like? What do y'all feel like is the best out of the four songs off the original Musicarium album? Because I tell you, if you would have made an EP based on those songs, that would have been a fucking hit. Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a good question. Ronnie said "River in the Sky." Okay, yeah, that's my favorite one too. Have you ever checked the Diana Ross cover she did on concert, Ronnie? Okay, tries on his way. Bet, bet. This nigga talks about me being late, man. Shit. But you gotta have love for Try sometimes. Q said, "What is your favorite horror movie?" Shit. To be honest, a lot of horror movies in recent times has been kind of lackluster. I don't really have a favorite horror movie, but I do like Orphan. Orphan was pretty cool. Um, I mean, the recent It that came out was dope. Yeah, Antoine, like, once he came out with that Can't Slow Down album, it was a wrap. But niggas, we forgetting his first album, the self-titled joint, was actually pretty good too, and that was actually a big hit too in '82. But it was just overshadowed by Thriller, in my opinion.
had to dress up as a woman in disguise just to get out of town through the night. Plus, he was a wealthy black man during that time, and a lot of white people had a problem with that. They didn't like him anyway. So
Yo, Sam, I never really considered OJ's or Teddy underrated, in my
much
opinion.
better because they had
I feel like
actual
they
women at that time,
got
but
respect
he changed his name to
over the
Sean
years and stuff
Dice
like that. You know what I'm
because
saying?
just to feel
That's
safe.
just me.
But his wife Julia still remains a
Favorite
top
song from
dog,
the Can't Slow
and
Down
so
album.
the
Oh
father,
shit.
and the piece of the cake ended up kicking them out and took the ring.
Hold on. Let me
And
look up. Let me
cousin
look up
Julia
it up
got
because
with
I
another
forgot the
guy
name of the one song.
Noah Johnson, who was Robert Johnson's biological father, but he didn't stick around. He took off before he was born. Now, years later, Julia and the kids went to live with
Probably
Robert,
Love Will Find a Way, but I
and
have
their
to re-listen
cousin
to that
Sean
album.
Dies, who now went by the name Charles Spencer, and that mistress that
Music's okay.
stayed over became his wife, and they all lived together. But after a while, Julia couldn't take it, and so he had another wife and all, and she ended up leaving. But she left Robert there to go to school, and by that time, he was going by the name Robert Spencer. Also around that time, Robert had fell in love with music because his brother played the guitar and piano in different juke joints around the town. Now, years later, Robert ended up moving back with his mom and
So
his
who's ready for
cousin
Busta Rhymes'
in
new album next
Arkansas,
week?
and then they moved to Robinsonville, Mississippi. And around that time, he had started focusing on being a musician, learning how to play the Jew harp and the harmonica. But
Yo,
he really
Sam, I
wanted to
know
be a
you're a fan of
guitar
that Ghostface
player.
track, Kame.
Now,
I know you're a fan of that
over this
shit.
time, we would just listen to the radio and hang out juke joints and listening to the Delta blues musicians like Eddie Sunhouse and Willie
Huh.
Brown, who were considered some of the
By the
best
way, what do
singers
y'all
in
think of the
music.
Prince and Rick James beef
And
episode? I
they
know
taught
it
me
came out the
how
blue
to build an
on
instrument.
YouTube. I don't know if y'all saw it on
And
Vimeo or not, but hopefully y'all saw
we
that.
nailed to the side of the house with a glass bottle down the bottom of it, the bridge, and we would pluck that like a guitar. By this time, right, everybody used to call Robert Little Dusty, which was his stepfather's last name. And I guess he didn't like it, so we started going by his real father's last name, which was Johnson. And Robert and his stepfather couldn't get along anyway because he didn't want to pick cotton. Robert didn't want to pick cotton or work in the fields like everybody else. And plus, his stepfather was a Christian and didn't like him playing blues music. So Robert left. Now on his own, he ended
Appreciate
up
it,
meeting a
Ronnie.
15-year-old girl named Virginia Travis, but her family, who were very religious too, didn't like him because he played blues music, which they call the devil's music. So they both ran off and got married, even though they were both underage and lied about their age. And she ended up getting pregnant. That's when Robert stopped pursuing music and got a job working in the fields, even though he didn't want to do it, but he loved it so much that he did it for her. Now, his wife Virginia was pregnant, and she went back home to her family to have the baby so they can help out.
Oh shit, Sade coming out
And
with a new
by the
album?
time Robert went to see her and his newborn child, both of them were
The
dead.
fuck out of here.
She had a rough time while giving birth, and when Robert arrived, they were already dead and buried. And her, why was doing that? Why was doing what? Using my old spot to moisturize the shea butter body wash? All I wanted was to use the body wash. You know, all I wanted was her family was blaming him, saying he should have been there because on his way to see him, he got back into the music, playing the guitar, trying to make some money, and he did a couple stops. And once his wife, Virginia's family, seen him with the guitar, they started saying that Virginia and the baby died because
Yeah,
he
Antoine.
was playing that devil's music.
Um,
Now,
that's one thing I love about these episodes of beef that I be doing because I like to
instead of
do
focusing on music and hip
feuds
hop
between
music,
artists or figures that doesn't get really discussed because I don't want to be the 1,000 niggas that discuss about a 50 Cent beef to keep it book, but still. But I'm kind of mad though because fucking YouTube made me take out a lot of shit because the video is actually longer than that, but still. Copyright.
Artist Eddie Sunhouse and Charlie Pack was Brown around everywhere he played. One night, he was in a juke joint where they had just finished playing and they was taking a break. So Robert Johnson grabbed one of their guitars, got on stage, and started playing for the crowd. That's when the people in the crowd started booing him and told him to get off stage because it was terrible. He could play the guitar to save his life. Upset, he left town and just started walking. And nobody seen him for almost a year now. Here are the rumors about what happened to him when he left right now. One rumor is on one dark night around midnight with a full moon, his bride left him on a crossroads. After standing there in the middle of the crossroads, a large man dressed in black appeared in which legend had it was the devil. Now Robert Johnson fell to his knees and begged the devil to make him
Oh
a
man.
guitar player and the greatest blues musician in the world. And the devil agreed, only on one condition though. If he would give him his soul, and he did it. The devil took his guitar and tuned it up for him and gave it back. That was that. But a lot of people don't believe in that devil. Some believe he went to go find his biological father, Lord Johnson, and ended up bumping into a guy named Mike Zimmerman, who at the time was considered one of the best guitar players in town. And he taught Robert how to play. Now, see, when Robert got the height of
Appreciate it, Antoine.
they would practice playing at the graveyard.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite episodes I've done. I'm surprised no one really talked about that on YouTube, but
They would challenge
yeah.
the spirits of the dead by the tombstones and all that. But some of his close friends said they never heard of Ike Zimmerman and don't believe he was mentored by him. But Ike Zimmerman kids say it's true that Robert Johnson did live with them, and a lot of his songs were written by their father, Ike Zimmerman. Now, after about a year, he came back and saw Eddie Sunhouse and Willie Brown again in a juke joint in Mississippi and asked him to show them what he had learned while he was away. After agreeing to hear what he had learned, Robert Johnson started playing the guitar and singing. When he was finished, he had everybody in shock. They said it sounded like two people were playing, and he now played the guitar like a piano. People in the audience would they started to look around searching for a second person playing the guitar. But it's his second person. That's when people started saying it was the devil himself playing alongside with him.
There we go. Damn.
He was now called the baddest man to ever play the guitar. With the coolest
Yo,
flavors,
Yo,
style, taste, plus with his memory.
how you doing?
that's good.
Much. Everything good?
Yep.
That's what's up. 1 second.
Bro. Antoine, I was on another podcast, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, Q and Ronnie, Sam, what up? Antoine,
Yeah. I'm ready whenever you are, bro.
yeah.
Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to an episode of Hip Hop Review. This is the boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me. All I want to talk about today is Diamond D, Hatred, Passion, Infidelity. This was released in 1997. And I think like Mercury. Yeah, Mercury. Um, Singles album is known for. It only came out with the hiatus and I also want to say Five Fingers of Death was a single too, and JD's Revenge. Guest appearances include Busta Rhymes, Kid Capri, John Doe, who I'm guessing like was like artist or something because he appears on a couple of his tracks too. Don Barron, Gina Thompson, Fife Dog, Pete Rock, Mark Lowe, Paradise, Big L, Lord Finesse, AG, Fat Joe, Busta Rhymes, Sadat X, K, Terrible, okay, um, Veronica, um, and that's it. And producers include Diamond D, Shy Easy, Kid Capri, and Buck Wild. Alright, so how'd you get into Diamond D?
With the Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop album, and listening to you know, um, that first single came out from there, and Sally got a one track mind. I used to be a fan of his, his production, and digging in the crates for years, and we talked about Showbiz and AG, same with them, and that whole collective OC and Fat Joe, you know, um, Big L, rest in peace, and just he's always managed to maintain like being consistent over the years, and no matter who it was, whether it was for the Alcoholics or Razzcast Solo Nights remix, or you know um anybody from Digging in the Crates, and there's so many people he done stuff for, the Fugees, and he's a legendary producer, and definitely responsible for crafting that New York boom bap sound in the '90s, as well as Premier and Pete Rock I think he was always. It's hard to be an artist and to juggle both production and lyricism, and I think like he's one of those like very few artists that managed to be dope on the mic as well as be on the boards.
Right.
And yeah, that was like my introduction to him, and I've been a fan of his ever since. Up until now, him doing the Dime Piece 1 and 2 projects, and yeah, definitely legendary producer.
Yeah, definitely agree with you everything you said about Diamond D and stuff like that. Yeah, man. To me, I got into Diamond during the of course, when I first heard stunts busting hip hop when I was a kid, just getting myself into the whole DITC sound and shit like that. Um, I always loved his production. Always loved like the way he just carried himself on the mic and on the beats and stuff like that. Like you said, he's definitely one of the best producer MCs of all
Mhm.
time.
Right.
So yeah, I gotta give my props to Diamond D and shit. So like y'all should know, he released Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop around that time and stuff like that. And so after Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop, he pretty much was going through some label issues with PWL. I'm not 100% sure exactly. It was like I'm not 100% sure exactly what the label issues was, but I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing because if you look at this album, it's referenced just as Diamond compared to like with Stunts Most Hip Hop, he's referenced as Diamond D. So
Right.
it maybe has something to do with his name. I'm not 100% sure, but during that time too, he was also producing for hella cats like the Fugees. He was producing for Exhibit, Karis One, And of course, he was helping his DITC posse out. Of course, Lord Finesse and Joe and Big L and so on and so on. So after he got that shit straight out with his label, he recorded just on Mercury Records and stuff like that. And that's how this album came about. Very cool album cover. I love, just him being expressive and stuff like that. Um, dope title too. Hatred, Passion, and Infidelity. That's a very, very dope title. So yeah, man.
He's still just like that now. So
You said what?
he's still just as like that now.
Respect.
But that photo was taken yesterday.
Yeah, because I'm glad because there's hella hip hop legends that try to
Mhm.
dress up like these younger cats and stuff like that. I just be like, sit your ass down. But anyway, yeah, man. Technically, people want to say this is his solo debut, but I've always considered Stunts Blunts and Hip Hop more of a solo debut, despite the psychotic neurotics. I don't know. It was just more of Diamond in my opinion.
Mhm.
So yeah, this album got about 16 tracks. Let's get this shit started. Track number one we got is the intro. Just a nice intro, nice way to set the shit off and whatnot. Diamond doing his thing. He had people him saying that how he's like the best producer, how he's the best producer, rapper, and whatnot. And yeah, man, that's basically what I got from that.
Yeah, that was dope. He had Kid Capri, legendary uh, DJ as well as producer in his own right, and you got he starts it off in his typical hypeness, and we got they play like a little verse from the Fuji to score that Diamond was on, and we got Buster chiming in, and Buster Rhymes is on there. He's hands up, and I liked it. It was like a great way to start the intro off.
Again, Buster always popping up on the song, but not dropping a verse on some of these beats. But anyway, then we're gonna get into track number two, Flowing. I don't know if I would have started off the album with this track, but it's not a bad track. It's a pretty dope track. Just him doing what he does best, being braggadocio and whatnot. So I definitely fuck with this, but I wouldn't have started off the album with this track.
Thought it was cool. I like the beat. Nice groovy melody. We got John Doe on it. He got a nice little verse, and Diamond saying apocalyptic when I'm blessed the mic and kick it. To be Pacific label this here terrific. I thought that was dope, and he's shouting out different people, Jazzy J and Def Squad, Rock On, that whole what a lot of artists used to say back in the '90s. So I thought it was cool.
Yeah, respect. MC is my ambition. Um, I swear, hip hop loves Sister Nancy. I'm telling you, hip hop loves that Bam Bam track. I actually like the way the sample was used. He pitched it a little bit more. He lowered the pitch and he just like slowed it down a little bit. Cause compared this to the way Main Source,
Right.
aka Watch Professor, used that on Just Hanging Out and stuff like that. So yeah, and I didn't even know he sampled this track until I looked at the sample crowd. I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
But very very dope track. I love the sample he used from the movie Foxy Brown,
Right.
where he had Antonio Fargas, this character, doing this little speech, and that speech is so relevant to today and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, Diamond definitely did his thing on this joint right here. I love this track. I love the beat. This could have been a single too. So
Yeah, it was dope. Like you said, like it starts off with a quote from Foxy Brown, the Foxy Brown movie, and I like the beat. It's a real dark track, and Diamond saying with the hand speed I pass out with quick ones, and slick sons who can't fight and run and get guns, but get done. And you got that classic reggae sample. MC is my ambition. That joint. So I thought it was a good song. Like definitely one of the standout tracks on here, and has like that vintage diamond production.
Yeah, man. Very, very dope track. Like, and one thing I can honestly say about this album,
But
his MC got hella better
hmm
on the album.
yeah,
Not saying that it was bad on Stunt Blunts. I'm not saying that, but I just felt like he picked the right beats, and
yeah,
then he definitely just was more relaxed on this album compared to Stunt Blunts and hip hop. Because I personally felt like that album, he wanted to really prove that he was just that nigga on the producing and MC and whatnot. He had a lot to prove. Plus, DITC was breaking out.
right,
Whereas this album, it was like more redefined and shit. So,
right.
yeah, man. Now the hiatus. Oh my god! Like that beat is so fucking ill. It sounds like it could be made today. In my
Are we at the hiatus? I thought it was No Wonder.
oh shit, fuck, damn, my fault, my fault. Okay, so yeah, no wonder. Um, yeah, this was another dope track. What I got from that was just um him talking about the projects and where his environment was and stuff like that. I liked it. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Nice song with a message. You know?
I believe this was a single too. I think there's a video for this, if I'm not
Yeah, it
mistaken.
was.
Yeah, this is the song I heard first. I heard this song before the hiatus. This was a great song. I've got another signature, production by Diamond. Nice beat, nice horn sample. You got sample that part with Positive News from De La Soul.
Yes.
Wonder, no wonder what you said? No wonder where we live. It's called the Project. I forgot what song that was. Is that from Stakes is High? That's from Stakes is High. Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
it's got to be from Stakes High. Yep.
Yeah. Great sample. Use of that. Um, Diamond singing with cats with gats who claim a fish when found sunny in its honey in the range covered with brain tissue. And just talking about like, the everyday events that go on in the projects and the crime that goes on there and stuff. And I thought it was great. It was definitely a great track. One of my favorite tracks, probably my favorite track on here. Definitely great single.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, bro. Yeah, man. Then we're gonna get into the hiatus. Very dope track. In my opinion, the beat is what really made this track because it's definitely one of those timeless beats that could have been made today. And the way he mixed this track, oh man, it was so fucking ill. Just the way those drums and that bass line hits.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, as the title suggests, it's talking about how he took a break from the hip hop game to get back to records and shit. Um, I love the line where he says, "Hey, hey, to blows my delicate declaration, finance on Mercury speculation, 97th year, no hesitation, golden platinum plaques for decorations." I love the way he was flowing on that and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So hiatus, nice choice for a single. Love it.
This was dope. Again, the horns, a major part of the beat, nice hi hat. I like the Diamond says, as I leave foes on the verge, niggas see me on stage, lose the urge. My styles merge together, the words come together to splurge my endeavors. I make furs and leathers, I use verbs and better. And then that part in the song where he's like singing la 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 la.
Ooh,
That great,
yeah,
great first single. I think this was more like radio friendly than the project.
yeah, man. Like even Diamond definitely doesn't sing with the radio friendly songs and shit like that. In my opinion. Which I'm gonna talk about with one second track. Then we're gonna get into um JD's Revenge. Um, I think JD's referring to a John Doe and whatnot. Yeah, this track was okay and whatnot. Definitely okay. Um, I guess he was just it's like a chick song. I love the beat to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if y'all know who this John Doe is, if y'all have more information on it, please let me know.
Not Jermaine Dupri.
You said what?
I said it's not Jermaine Dupri.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Yo, Jermaine Dupri and Diamond D on a song together. That's crazy.
Never know. Um, yeah, I like the snippet from Dead Presidents with Vince a character Anthony and his baby mama. I forgot her name in in the movie. And that's that scene where they're like in the apartment and she's like telling them like like you got to get his shit together and all that. And you remember that part in Dead Presidents?
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen Dead Presidents though, but I know which part you're talking about.
Like him and the chick from high school. And he had the baby with her. He went before he went off to war and
Mm.
came back and he was like bugging out. That part, I like that part. That's how the track start off with that part in the song. I like the beat. And you got Gina Thompson on the chorus from the Quincy group. That Gina Thompson and what he was saying with my affinity for masculinity led me to steal virginities on rooftops in the vicinity of Trinity. So I thought that was cool. That was a cool wordplay from Diamond on that. John Doe, you know this John Doe guy. He was alright. I never heard of him.
Yeah, man. And like that's one thing I liked about hip hop back in the day. Just going off topic, how motherfuckers would just let their homeboys on the fucking track and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These days, you got this trash ass NBA young boy talking about $50,000 a feature or some bullshit.
What? What?
Like nigga, like these trash ass rappers be charging like $25,000 a feature and some shit like that. I'm just like, I don't know why y'all motherfuckers need a feature for. Y'all sound alike anyway and shit. Oh shit. Yeah, man. You heard this motherfucker NBA young boy did a cover of Jay-Z's The Story of OJ and everyone's calling him the greatest rapper of all time and shit, man.
I didn't even hear it. Yeah, I forgot her name. The girl that played Anthony's wifey in Dead Presidents. For her name. But she had said some shit to him and then he was like choking her ass out and then he left. And he got mad because the dealer from around the way was like giving her money and shit. The dude that was in Minister Society, I forgot his name too. And we lost man. I wanna look out. That's gonna bother me.
Okay, okay, yeah, but I definitely hear what you're saying and shit like that. Definitely hear what you're saying. I need to get a new fucking webcam because I hate this webcam with a passion now.
Juanita, that was her name, Juanita.
Alright.
Yeah, Rose Jackson. She played Juanita Benson. Yes, I couldn't remember her name from the film.
Antoine saying Kane beat him with that gun on mess. He was like,
Right. Yeah, he beat him with that gun, right?
shit. Then we're gonna get into Pain and Strife. Pains and Strife featuring Fife and Pete Rock. Yeah, very dope track. Five Dog. Again, rest in peace. I'm still not over that fucking death, in my opinion. Still not over that shit. But
You know
hey,
what's crazy? I used to speak to Fife on Instagram a couple months before he passed away because he was a big Knicks fan like I am. He's a big Giants fan. I love the New York sports, and all we talked about all the time was always sports. We never even talked about music or he never mentioned nothing about his health. And then it's like one day he was here, and then the next day he was gone. And I remember he was working on a sports podcast with DJ Hurricane. You remember DJ Hurricane? He
yeah,
was
the
down
Beastie Boys
with
DJ, right?
Yeah, him and Hurricane has started a podcast, and it didn't even. I don't even think they did like one episode. I remember they had requested me on Instagram, and that started, and then like he just passed away just like that, and I didn't even know he was sick on that. We never talked about that stuff.
Yeah, I heard he was going to start a podcast too, but I didn't know it was with Hurricane. Wow.
Yeah, it was with Hurricane.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Five did it. In my opinion, Five stole the show on this joint. Like, and this just makes me mad because I heard that first album, man, and it just makes me mad. Like, I wish we would have dropped the album back in like the hiatus they had between Midnight Marauders and
Hmm.
Times of Life.
Yep, with like Dilla production, that would have been a great album.
Bro, that's too
Mhm.
much excitement right now. A boy can dream, man. A boy can dream. Shit. Man, I said I was gonna do this shit on the hour, man. It's 56 minutes. I'm like, fuck it, stream rock in.
I came late. It's my fault.
No, you good. All the time, man. I came late, man. We both just gotta do better. We both just
We
gotta do.
on rich black people time. You know how it is here.
Yeah, man. But at the same time and shit like that, this is a long album anyway, so I'm not even fussing about it. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say about Pains and Strife.
Definitely a dope beat, and have like my favorite producer all time, Pete Rock, on it. I think he's underrated as well. Talking about like producers with that can wear two hats in the studio. I think he's also underrated with the pen. And Fife killed it, and he said, I'm out to get the cheddar, no deals, I ain't having it. Never to work again in my life. Fuck Blake Carrington. And doing that little reference from the old Dynasty drama from back in the '80s, Blake
Yeah,
Carrington, Crystal Carrington. You know, definitely a dope song. And, yeah, that was a dope collab.
yeah, I definitely agree with you. One more thing I forgot to say about the hiatus.
Yeah.
In an interview with Complex, Diamond D, he pretty much says that a lot of people thought he used the same sample Jay Dilla used for Stakes is High, but he said it was different samples and stuff. Cause
Right,
I thought it was low key the same sample too with that da da.
right, with the horns, right,
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
you can tell, like, you can tell the difference. It's similar, but you can tell the difference with Stakes is High and the hiatus.
right,
And hiatus had like more. It had more feeling with the horns compared to
right.
Stakes is
With Stakes is High, it was light, but it was still loud at the same time with the
High.
dynamics and shit. But yeah, man, definitely. All this De La Soul talk on this shit, this makes me so fucking happy. And shit. I
Yeah,
don't know. I swear, Tommy Boy, get your shit
mm,
together.
for real.
Yeah, people still listen to De La, man. We keeping the legacy alive. But can't keep my grands to myself. Feature Mark Lowe in Paradise. Now, this song was a weird song. I totally forgot about this track when I listened to this album.
Mhm.
Because you remember the Confused song from Stunts, Blunts, and Hip Hop, right? This
I'm
reminds
not
me.
gonna. It's been a minute since I heard that album. I remember certain songs, but I mean, if I heard it, then I probably will remember it.
Okay, well, that song was pretty much like an R&B, New Jack Swing. It always stood out to me
Hmm.
because it was like a very different feel than a lot of the tracks. And I have the same feelings with this track
Right,
when it comes to this album because it uses the a very sample. What was the sample? I had a sample down, but it uses a sample I've heard a lot of times,
uh,
and it definitely has that. I'm not going to say it has a bad boy feel to it. I dare, but it definitely has like a Diamond D
mm,
radio feel to it, like
right,
Confused from the Stunts Blunts and Hip Hop days, and I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but still, it's just one of those tracks I have to really re-listen to just to
mm,
really appreciate. But still,
right.
it's a very interesting track.
Something different from Diamond. It has like a. I want to say it has like a old school beat to it, like a real like club disco type of feel to it. I like the
Yeah,
bass line. I like the chorus. Can't keep my hands to myself. I don't know who's singing that. Who was singing? Who was the male voice on that chorus?
if I'm guessing, I want to say the male voice was Mark Lowe
Okay, I don't even
and the
know.
female was Paradise.
Okay. Um, I like the chorus with the singer Mark, and You know, Diamond saying, "I almost nutted. Her bracelet was that flooded. You could see it shining at the World Trade Diamond." So you know, it's like one of them radio friendly joints. You know, real danceable, something different from Diamond. You don't normally hear joints like this from him because he's like so boom bap. But I mean, it's nice that he tried something different. You know.
Yeah, because even Sally Got a One Track Mind, even that has
Right.
like a radio. That chorus is pretty catchy to be
Yes, definitely.
radio friendly
And
and
they
shit.
played that a lot. That was a big hit on the radio, and it wasn't like a radio friendly joint, but the subject matter for that song and the video that everybody remembered. That's why people remember that joint.
And I love hip hop that talks about some. Actually, I love music that talks about some dark shit.
Right,
It's very commercial, like
right.
Van Halen's "Jump." That
Yeah,
song's about somebody trying to kill themselves, but I might as well jump. But they were
right.
about so fucking happy
But yeah,
with that fucking track. That's
that,
one thing I've
that's
always
that was my introduction to Van Halen was that video.
same
That video. So
same. Cause I remember when I was in elementary school, all these little white kids, they used to
mm,
do this little jump rope little thing,
right,
and every time I used to be loving that shit because that Van Halen song used to come like that,
mm,
did, did,
yeah,
did. And then years later, I knew about the artist, and the rest was history.
right.
Yeah, man. Eddie Van Halen, rest in peace, man.
Yeah,
Rest in peace,
legend.
legend. Shit. I'm probably one of the few black niggas that like Van Halen and shit, man.
I'm just started getting into them, so I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I like the 1984 album. Definitely well, to me, it's one of their best. I know I've seen comments where people say it's not even considered one of their best albums, but
Wait, what? Who the fuck said that?
I've seen that like when I was listening to the album on YouTube, I was like reading the comments and people saying like the 5 or 6 albums before that one was like their classic stuff.
I'm gonna say this one thing before I
No,
go back. The thing with 1984 that a lot of people need to realize was Eddie was experimenting with synthesizers at that time,
right,
and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. The debut album, a lot of niggas in the 80s was trying to do that whole fucking shit that Van Halen was doing. The same way in 84, post 84,
mm,
niggas try to do the same shit with 1984 because Kiss try to do a lot of synth work towards like the mid 80s.
mm,
Talking Heads incorporated a lot more synths, which Speaking in Tongues album, that's classic too, but still. Eddie Van Halen, niggas try to do what Eddie always does and shit. That's all I gotta say. Cause I might talk about that album in 1984 before the year's over, hopefully.
and for 9 was it 9 songs on here?
8, 9, yeah.
8, yeah, that was a solid album. You know,
Yeah, but my favorite one is Fair Warning. That's my favorite one from Van Halen.
I got it. Yeah,
But I'm gonna let you.
yeah.
I'm gonna say my thoughts. Let me say my thoughts. But Five Fingers of Death. Yeah, that was a posse cut between Big L, Lord Finesse, AG, Fat Joe, and Diamond D. One of DITC's greatest posse cuts, in my opinion. Motherfucking Lamont Coleman, Big L, one of the greatest lyricists to ever live, man. This nigga said, I catch a fag 3 o'clock in the morning on the block all alone and put a Glock in his dome. Tell him give it up quick, you nitwit. Don't try to get slick, or I'ma let this 4/5 spit and leave your shit split. Like, come on.
Mm.
And I have nothing against gay people. I just love the way he said that line and shit. Because, you know, these social justice warriors or somebody on my comments gonna say some slick shit. But yeah, very dope track, man. Like, everyone did their thing. Everybody was just at their prime at that time. Like Joe had just came out with Jealous One's Envy. Of course, the Goodfellas, Showbiz, and AG.
Yeah.
Lord Finesse was about to drop The Awakening. Everyone was just at their prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I told you when we was discussing the Big L first album, Lifestyles of the Rich and of the Poor and Dangerous, and then we talked about the little EP.
Yeah.
You said a lot of fag in during this time, and I don't remember like ever hearing any gay rights groups going after him. You know, like they went after Eminem. You know what I'm saying? When Eminem dropped the Marshall Mathers LP, it caused controversy. I don't remember any gay rights, you know, activists or anything going after Big L at this point. But he said a lot of stuff about fags. You know what I'm saying? And it was no different on this song. And you know, he was saying, prick, it ain't nothing decent about me. The true thug for real, you can ask the priest about me. mad niggas be fronting a lot, popping mad shit, trying to be something they're not. And I like the beat. I thought it was dope. It's Diamond starts off with another snippet from a movie. It's called The River Wild. I never saw it before, but that was a snippet from that movie. And you had the legends, Fat Joe and AG and Lord Finesse, the whole DITC crew on this collab. And definitely again,
Right, man. And I think like the reason why it was more heavy on M besides Big L because I think at that time Big L was still an underground cat at that time and shit like that. And like I've said before, now everyone is saying Lifestyles is like an all-time classic, but at that time it wasn't really.
yeah. I mean, it was a solid album at that point in '95. I think it grew to like classic status again over time, and then
Yeah,
with the untimely passing of him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's really like his true album. It's a great album.
yeah. And with Eminem, like of course he was a white rapper pushed by Dr. Dre and shit.
Right,
So yeah.
right.
Um, next track. This one right motherfucking here.
Yes,
Woo! This should have been. I know this was a B side, but this should have been an A side, man.
that
Like,
should be a single.
yeah, Busta screaming.
Hmm.
A little trivia about this track, though. So originally, this actually was supposed to have been a single, but Busta, I think he was about to drop "Put Your Hands on My Eyes Can See," and Sylvia Rhone. Y'all should know who Sylvia Rhone is.
Electro.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she pretty much talked to Mercury and just did that, and they just cut that out. They just left it as a B side and stuff. And when it came to Busta Rhymes on this track, you know, Busta he did like a long shout out and stuff like that. And believe it or not, the shout out that he did on the intro to Diamond D's track, that was cut and sliced, and that was mostly used for this track right here. So what Busta did to add more flavor, he came back and did the overdubs and shit, which I didn't even fucking know and stuff like that. But at the same time, why?
That was cut because of the label.
You mean the shout out?
Yeah, like the stuff he was doing. They cut it out because Sylvia Rhone blocked it or what?
Oh no. The shout out because Diamond D said the shout out was way too long. Cause you know how New York niggas like no
Mm,
New York
right,
niggas like they always have them long shots like shout out to my baby mama all that all that
right.
shit, you know what I'm saying?
Like how Buster did on New York shit. He had like a
Yeah,
whole bunch
like
of shout outs on that. Yeah, that shit was long.
that was a class. Like
Yeah.
he put every New York nigga on that shit. Leaders up the new school, nigga. Like big up to Nas, big up to Jay-Z. Like he put me onto some artists I never even knew about till he blew up.
Yo, speaking of that, speaking of that, I heard a unreleased joint with Buster and Nas from the Big Bang album today.
Oh, what's it called?
Um, damn, I gotta look for it on YouTube. I forgot the name of that shit though. But that shit is fire. High Tech did the beat for that too. And I'm like, why wasn't this released on the Big Bang?
Shit, why wasn't this released on Hip Hop Is Dead?
You know what I mean? Because we always and it's Buster was on the Street Disciple album, that terrible Suicide Bounce. I don't like that song from that
Oh
double
god.
album. And Nas, I always wondered why Nas was never on a Buster album, but he actually was. But they cut the song from the Big Bang album. So yeah, I gotta send you that joint.
Low-key, nothing tops fried chicken from the Untitled album.
Right,
Niggas don't know about that fried chicken.
right.
I'm telling you, I know you don't like the fucking. I'm just gonna say, I know you don't like the nigga album. I know, but at the same time, that's Nas's most underrated album.
I like certain songs. I like the nigga track and We're Not Alone and Hero, but I don't the whole album. I like the concept. I just feel like the production for me was a big issue. You know what I'm saying? Then remember, the track list got leaked. It could be. I remember seeing the track list for that, and it was like a whole bunch of other people that's supposed to be on that album that didn't make that album.
Yo, I don't care. I respect your opinion, but that production, for the most part, was better than the last two Nas albums, Streets Disciple and Hip Hop is Dead.
And I like She Disciple. Like, it just wasn't a great double album though.
It didn't
There's
even,
some joints on there I don't like though. I don't like Suicide Bounce. I don't like that song at all.
I'm gonna say this one more. I'm gonna say this last thing. This might be controversial.
It's called Rough Around the Edges, produced by High
Okay.
Tech. It's an
Yeah.
unreleased joint from the Big Bang album.
Hey yo, send that
Nas
shit to me.
busted. And Nas killed it. This is like Nas and is still in his prime.
Yo, send that shit to me when you get a chance.
Yeah. All right.
But what was I about to say? And I'm gonna say this. This might be controversial, but I hate when rappers always try to mimic the Last Supper portrait. I hate when rappers try to do that shit.
But see, I don't have a problem with the album cover. You know what I mean? Because there's some joints on there that I do like. I do like, Seiku's Story and Thief's Theme is one of his best songs on there by Alchemist. That was fire. You know what I'm saying? But there's some joints on them like they could have left off. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we might have to do a discussion on that album, that Untitled album.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah, because I mean, I think we was talking about something, and I even played it because I have the album. I just don't play it. I played it again to see if I would like it, and I still don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I like some songs. I still don't like the album. The same thing with Days of Dark Side. I've had Days of Dark Side since it came out in '94. I still don't like that album. I like some songs, but 20-something years later, I still feel the same way about that album. So
Yeah,
it might not ever change about albums like that. Like sometimes you might go back to an album after 10 years and you might like it, and then sometimes you might not like it. So
right. I mean, I don't give a fuck about Blue and Exiles Below the Heavens like that. Niggas call me crazy, so
right. You're right, and I like that album, but you know what I'm saying. But a lot of people go crazy for that album. They go crazy. I've seen people post that album like it was like Illmatic. I'm like, yo, it's a solid album. I'm not putting it up there with Illmatic though.
for real, like first of all, the album cover looks kind of cheesy as hell. This nigga's all smiling and shit, like head in the clouds. Oh, fuck that album cover. like, look, try.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right. That could have been a background photo he used. That could have been like a Photoshop photo he put with the clouds in the background. I could do that shit.
shit, that looks like when a nigga dies, they use them ghetto. Yeah, like when a nigga dies and people make them shit into a t-shirt.
And the obituary and shit.
No, like how niggas be having your face in the clouds on a t-shirt. And I'm just gonna say this: God forbid, if I fucking die, don't put my face in no fucking t-shirt with some clouds and shit.
So ghetto.
If I fucking die, don't do that fucking shit. Cause I'll strike lightning at your ass and shit. Oh shit, but anyway, oh shit, but yeah, that's all I have to say about this one.
Yes, definitely real melodic, groove to this song. I like the beat and the pianos and Buster. This is like I thought this was the coming Buster. So this is actually the second album of Buster, When Disaster Strikes.
Yeah.
Classic album. Love that Buster album. So this is like what, 97 Buster. And him on the chorus. It would have been dope to hear him. But see, even at that time, like Buster was still like that Dungeon Dragon Busters, like that song. Put your hands on my eyes to see. I think Puffy actually told him he got to tone down his, and that's why it became a big hit because it was like a different type of Buster that we heard. But on this song, we hear that Dungeon Dragon Buster, and Diamond saying, "I love the way your hair blows in the breeze, the way your fingers move and blow the trees. After 30 days, I'm digging your steeds. By next year, I'll be down on my knees." So he's confessing his love to a female. Another song that we didn't normally hear from Diamond.
Right.
It was like a lovey-dovey type of song. It was something different, but it's still dope at the same time. So definitely one of my favorites.
Right, man. Like low key, this is like one of my favorite hip hop love songs. I dare I say it because tired of niggas talking about I need love.
Right.
Y'all, I need to get like I love that, but niggas be talking about that too. But this shit right here, and it's very unorthodox because you have fucking Buster just screaming and shit like that.
Right.
So very, very dope. And I prefer Around the Way Girl over I Need Love.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You got me shook up. But yeah. Now my favorite track. Never gonna give you up. Woo! This song is the truth right here. I'm telling you.
Like,
This song is the fucking truth. Sadat motherfucking X, the legend himself, like him and of course Terrible, spelled Terroribul. Ugh. Okay, yeah. This was a track. Of course, he's talking about weed and shit, smoking weed. Um, I love the intro where it's like, now I got some grass, but I ain't got no paper. I
right,
got a mat. Like, I forgot where they got that shit from, but I've heard that shit somewhere. And then that lovely Jerry Butler sample.
mm,
If y'all don't know about Jerry Butler, man, look him up. Like next to Curtis Mayfield, they
right.
were the impressions, all that shit. The Iceman, that's what niggas be calling him. Um, the way that never gonna give you up.
Mhm.
Da-da-da.
Like,
Classic shit. And then he had like Diamond D, man. He did his thing and stuff like that, But it was Sadat X, man. Sadat X verse is what really made that shit. He was like, my old mom said the smoke would harm. I'd be a crackhead or die with a needle in my arm. Trying to play me out. My father was smoking that good out at the time. Like, his fucking voice is in my top 5 hip hop voices. It's so
that's
fucking.
exactly how he sounds too.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I should do a fucking hip hop voice shit one day.
Um,
But I love the line where he's like, and I ain't down with Woody G no more because he done fucked up the ash. I'm like, all these years, I'm like, who the fuck is Woody G? he said that shit. He said that shit so fucking powerful. He said that shit so fucking
yeah,
powerful. So I thought he was a fucking rapper.
no.
I'm like, who the fuck is Woody G?
You talking about the old New York mayor, Rudy Giuliani?
oh,
We
oh,
used to call him Giuliani though for short because he, even his own race hated him. So,
oh, okay, okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. Okay. Okay, I had a brain fart for a minute because it was just like I never heard a rapper refer to Rudy G. They just refer to him as that fucking asshole.
mm,
But but anyway, yeah, man. And yeah, it's funny you say that, Antoine, because Diamond D was very influenced by Grand Poobah when he was doing the stunts, blunts, and hip hop shit too. So yeah, this is my favorite track off this album, man. Imagine if Redman was on this shit too.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, this was a dope song. I like the bass line and the beat, and that whole "Never Gonna Give You Up" sample, and Diamond was saying, "Remember the day my mom's trying to trade, bust my ass, and that night I heard her pray." And just talking about when he started doing blunts and stuff like that, and so that X always kills it. Dottie X is what the women call him for short. And yeah, he always had like an unorthodox flow. I always liked his flow because I don't feel like nobody sounds like Sadat X.
Nah,
Um, definitely a dope MC.
yeah, man. Like Sadat, man. He's always been my. I'm sorry. He's always been my favorite member of Brand New Kid, even more than fucking Pooba. And Pooba's growing on me too. I ain't gonna lie,
But
but Wild Cowboys, man. That
oh
fucking
yeah,
album.
I see, man.
The, do you prefer that or Real to Real? I'm gonna ask you.
We had this discussion a long time ago,
Oh, a while ago.
a while ago. I love both albums, but I think Real to Real. See, I already knew what Sadat X was gonna bring with Wild Cowboys because he to me never disappointed even when he was with Brand Nubian. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think with Grand Pooba being that he was on a major label and he didn't run to get Showbiz and Beat Minders and all these other producers. He did the production himself. The only biggest star he had on that album was Mary J at that time, and Kid Capri and I think I appreciate that album more because I didn't know what to expect with Pooba leaving Brand Nubian and going solo. I'm like, well, what's this gonna be? What is this album gonna sound like? I mean, other than um what goes around 360, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't hear nothing from the album at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I bought it on a whim. I bought it feeling confident because it's Grand Pooba and I've always been a fan of Brand Nubian from the One for All album and you know what I'm saying? So I bought it like this gotta be dope. I like the album cover already. You got like the New Rochelle
Yeah.
map background, and him and Stud Diggy and forgot the other cat, Alamo.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying, on the cover. So I was like, yo, like I'll fuck with Grand Poover. Let me see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't disappointed. I still think that's an underrated debut solo album, and that's why I did. And we ended up doing a discussion on my channel like months ago about that.
Right.
But Wild Cowboys is a classic. I do feel like both albums are classic. I think they both get slept on, especially when you talk about Wild Cowboys in '96. A lot of '96 was a classic year for hip hop. A lot of great albums came out, and I think that goes under the rug when we talk about the score or All Eyes on Me or Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely a classic album. To me, that's his best album. Because I've heard his other albums after that. You know what I'm saying? I got one of his solo albums, some obscure solo album he did. Never heard it before. I mean, it's pretty decent, but his discography nobody talks about other than Wild Cowboys. So I do think that's his only classic album.
Right. Yeah, man. Track number 12, Cream and Sunshine, featuring Veronica. Veronica, she's like a Latina house artist. I don't know too much about her. To be real with you, I really don't know too much about her. But this track, another one of those like radio friendly tracks. It uses the Rick James Moonchild sample. Moonchild. Y'all should know about the
Mhm.
Glow album,
Mary used it for "Love Is All We Need." On
right?
the Mary album with Nas.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jay Z used it for Your Customer.
right. That's right.
Shit. Yeah, man. Y'all should check out that Glow album, man. Underrated Rick album, in my opinion.
Yes, I heard
Minus,
that.
minus the album cover.
You don't like that?
No, no. I said
Uh,
he. No, I always say he had the same hairstyle as Sue Ellen from fucking Dallas and shit. That was a Sue Ellen.
with the curls and the blonde hair, Sue Ellen had that look.
Yeah, because you know, like during like the earliest, like the mid season of Dallas, she had that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I don't
Man,
even remember that shit.
Dallas was my shit, man. That Jr. fucking Jr. Man, he was a bastard.
That's crazy.
Anyway, yeah, Cream and Sunshine was alright. It was a pretty straight song. I mostly just liked it. It's one of those tracks I liked it for the beat.
I think it was too R&B ish though. I think this is like a straight R&B joint to get played on radio. And you had this. I don't know the Veronica. I'm not familiar with this Veronica chick on singing and you got Diamond saying the dime piece in her coat. She kept a 9 piece, nickel plated, no doubt. Honey was situated. So I feel like he was going for a radio play with this joint. It was too R&B ish. There's one thing if you do it on Can't Keep My Brains, and then it's like you doing it on this joint too. It's like he was going for that radio play, and I don't know if that was partly him or the record label, or at that time, hip hop was already a corporate thing now, so it was a moneymaker. So they were looking to push artists that normally wasn't commercial, like Diamond D or Mike Geronimo, into that whole bling bling. He was already in the bling bling era, and a lot it didn't work for a lot of these artists. And I ain't like this is not Diamond. I ain't care for this.
And I definitely see your point on that.
Right.
But as evidence, in my opinion, as evidence on shit like this, I always liked the way Diamond made the radio friendly tracks because he still kept his same steez. Whereas, like, compare it to when we talked about, or when I talked about,
Mhm.
Boot Camp Click with the For the People.
Right.
Whereas you can tell they were trying to go for that radio
Yeah.
airplay and shit like that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Right.
And they had to recover from that album. I'm
Oh
telling
yeah. Oh yeah.
you, shit. Um. Anyway, track number 13, Gather Round. This is a pretty solid joint in my opinion. Not really one of my favorites, but pretty solid. Yeah.
Definitely like it. Nice that beat, and you got the crowd participation in the background. It sounds like a cipher type of feel to the track. And Diamond saying, "I motivate, spark the L and skate. There's no debate. I put the funk on the plate." So that's some dope lines from Diamond. Definitely a nice little album cut. I like it.
Yeah, very dope album. I mean, they're very dope. So, track number 14, KT. Pretty much K Terrible. doing his thing, just dropping a few rhymes and stuff like that. Um, pretty dope, solid joint. I mean, nothing to it. Just he just dropped a verse.
I like the beat. I don't know who KT is. Like some of these people on this album, never heard them in my life. They still like, where are they now? You know what I'm saying? We need a like a where are they now? Where is KT and Veronica and the what's the other cat? John Doe. I don't know none of these people.
Mhm.
You know, I like the beat. I didn't care for the KT beat.
Yeah, man. Which leads us into on stage. Um, this one features KT and John Doe. Yeah, this track I didn't. This was probably one of my least favorites off this album. I don't know. I just felt like it was just okay. Nothing really to it, to my opinion.
And now you have both, now you have both John Doe and KT on this song, and I don't know neither one of them.
Right.
I like the beat though. I like the beat and the horns. The bass line was dope, and Diamond saying I mash foods like potatoes. Be on some Don P shit, eating chicken Alfredo in my Laredo. We click like Lego. Actually, here go. We smoke out in Winnebagos. So I like that wordplay that Diamond showed on the track, but I don't know who the hell his people's on. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
minus them, I thought the song was good.
True. And the last track, Epilogue. Nice way to end off this album. Very, very, very dope beat. Pretty much, just giving this braggadocious shit, giving his shout outs to DITC, talking about how he likes to watch reruns of, Good Time and shit.
Right.
Just Diamond doing what he Diamond does, pretty much.
Yeah, this was nice. Nice beat. I want to say that's a xylophone that's playing. That
Hmm.
was a nice touch. And Diamond saying bust the flow over bare essentials. Smack up and then if he fucks up my credentials. I think I remember him doing an interview. I want to say it was earlier this year, and he talked about that. He actually roughed up an A&R. So I don't know if he's actually referring to that incident, but yeah, it was a nice way to end off.
I feel you. And yeah, that's all of Hatred, Passion, and Fidelity. Overall, this is a very dope album. I actually feel like this is my favorite Diamond D album. Definitely did his thing on this joint right here. I definitely feel like he stepped his game up, production and more specifically pen wise. I always say this: Stunts Blood from hip hop is a daytime. This is the nighttime album and shit. Cause this is that like cruising down the street at night album and shit. Just pretty much captures like New York at that time. Um, love this album. I'm definitely going to give this album a 5 mics in my opinion. I feel like this is a classic album. I consider it a personal classic in my opinion. Um, this album is very hard to come by. It's out of print, but I know that they reissued this album on vinyl at 2016 and stuff like that. I was glad I found this. I think I got this from eBay or some shit. But yeah, very, very, very dope album. Must have in your collection if you can find it.
Definitely a solid album. I love the boom bap production by Diamond. His lyrics, I think he stepped his pen came up from Stunts Blunts to this album. And, the songs, the collabs with Buster and Sadat X. No Wonder and the Hiatus and Can't Keep My Grands. This one, what's another joint I like on here? Five Fingers of Death. That was a great DITC collab. Definitely a solid album. I would give it a 4.5. I don't like the R&B joint, Cream and Sunshine. Um, what's the other joint? There's another one I didn't care for. The KT skit that could have went. You know, um, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Another song I didn't care for, but JD's Revenge. I didn't really care for that with Gina Thompson, but it was a solid album. I don't know. I haven't. I heard the Hugh Hefner Chronicles. That was a good album too. I was slept on. Don Peace, the first one. I love that one. I think he has a solid decide. A lot of his albums go under the radar too, though. That's the thing about Diamond. Like
Right.
other than stunts, blunts, even this one to me went under the radar. But after that, it's like a lot of his. I feel like a lot of his albums went under the radar. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't mention the other albums he's done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely think this is like one of his best albums in his discography.
I
So,
agree.
definitely a solid boom bap album.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that.
Yes, I know they lost tonight, but they lost by 1 point, and I'm pissed, Joe.
Mhm.
My Giants lost. Like it's like we got to get like at least 4 wins to win that terrible division.
I feel you. Shit. But anyway, I'm gonna end it off for the night and shit like that.
All right,
I know this Sunday I plan on talking about Rihanna's NT album and shit like that.
is Ashley joining us or no?
Yeah, she's joining us. She just had a test tomorrow. That's why she called it out. But well, actually, yeah, she had a test tomorrow. Because originally I wanted to have the Rihanna
Mm,
review today,
right.
but yeah, she told me that she had a little test. That's why we scheduled it for Sunday. We just did
Oh,
this
okay.
one today. So other than that, I had a good time with this one.
Yeah, this is dope.
I'm gonna let you know by Sunday what StreamYard says if I'm gonna do this shit live or not. Cause yeah, we
All right.
talked for a
They're
long.
giving you another
Yeah,
release date already.
I forgot to tell you. Yeah,
It's not even the end of the month yet.
that's what I'm saying. But the shit renews the 29th and stuff like that. So that's why I might just have do the Mystic Styles
Right.
album review. I might just do that one as a pre-recorded one.
Okay.
You want to join me on that one?
Yes, I never. That's the first album by 36, right?
Yeah,
I gotta hear that one. That one I haven't heard. I'm gonna definitely. Wait, when you doing that tomorrow?
I'm pre-recording it next week. I'm gonna let you know
Oh,
by
next week.
Sunday
Okay.
what day, because
Cool.
it actually might be either Monday or Wednesday of next week. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What else? But I'm just saying, I can't wait to talk about this Rihanna album, NT and shit.
Yes. My first time listening to a Rihanna album, folks, is gonna be epic.
It's
I've
funny.
never heard a Rihanna album before, so
Shit, you know this channel's on some shit where we talk about Diamond D, then we talk about Rihanna the next minute and
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I know her songs, but a whole album, this is gonna be epic. So
Oh yeah,
Sam wanted to do shut. You've been asking for that for like a whole year. That Shut 'Em Down album review.
like I said, Shut 'Em Down is officially coming next month.
Okay.
It's officially coming next month because I felt that I finally talked about HNIC.
Uh
Now
huh.
we gotta talk about Shut 'Em Down because everyone's been asking for that for years.
Yeah.
So other than that, I'm definitely gonna let you know some more shit by tonight.
Go
Appreciate.
watch that HNIC album review. That's not getting a lot of views like the others, though. I don't understand that.
I think it's because like I came a little late on that one, which that was my fault.
Oh,
But still, I'm surprised. But this time,
like
we
the stuff y'all be requesting, y'all don't look at. I don't, I don't understand that.
and then the stuff like that be coming out the blue,
Mm-hmm.
y'all be
They
watching
watch.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like the Nas reaction and shit.
So if we ever do like a Marky Mark and a Funky Bunch album review, that shit should go through the roof, and then something like Onyx Shut 'Em Down, that it'll be like only 70 views or something.
Shit,
You know,
you can have that Marky Mark. I'm good on that.
you never
Other
know.
than that, I'd rather do Kid and Play's first album.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
Yeah,
love Kid and Play. I'm definitely down for that.
yeah, man. Other than that, I'm gonna hit you up later, bro.
All right, cool.
And I hope everyone has a good night. Hope everyone stays safe.
Peace.
Peace. Marky.